It is time for another real review with the 4KO. And today I will be telling you guys what I thought about Alien Romulus, the latest entry into the Aliens franchise. Now, as you all know, the previous film that was released regarding this brand was that of Alien Covenant. And if you ask me, the film fell short story-wise and also execution-wise. And the film needed a little bit more work. I feel like they didn't do a good job introducing something new to this franchise. However, the film that was released prior to that, which would be Prometheus, is definitely the better movie. Story-wise, execution-wise, acting-wise. If you ask me, Prometheus is one of the best Aliens films of all time. Come at me, bro. Now look, before I get started, do your boy O one major favor. Please hit that subscribe button. And if y'all gonna hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's review. First up, let me give you guys the quick synopsis. Space colonizers come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station. That is pretty much the story here, as we are introduced at the beginning to that of Rain and Andy. Rain is a girl working on a planet that the Weyland Corporation is running, and what they're doing is they're making people work off their debt. And Rain gets the idea here, I forget who she got it from, to pretty much scavenge a space station that belongs to Weyland out there in space, so she can take parts or whatever she can get from that space station and sell it so she can make a profit and move on to this other planet that seems to have daylight. I forgot to mention that the planet that they're working on doesn't see sunlight that often. Now, Andy is that of synthetic, right? And he is the companion, not the lover of that of Rain, right? I believe that they are calling themselves siblings because Andy was repaired by her father. I only have seen the film one time, and that's where their relationship lies. So eventually they make it on to this ship, and unbeknownst to them, this ship carries that of the xenomorphs. At least one of them, I believe. No, I believe it was many of them. Like I said, I have only seen the film one time, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with your boy O here. And as you know, it just gets out of control here. You know, a face hugger grabs on to someone's face, and thus we are introduced to our first alien. You saw it in the trailers, baby. So that is pretty much the movie here. The whole scare tactics that the film attempts to pull off. It is great in a lot of places, but not everywhere, right? A lot of times I felt like I was watching the original Aliens films, right? And I know that people will say, man, that is a good thing. But I do feel that this movie isn't trying to be its own thing. I know that sounds a little bit confusing because you'll say, dude, this is an Aliens movie. However, it's trying too hard to be that of Aliens, or Alien, the first film that came out back in 1979, with Ridley and her crew. But all of these people, they don't feel grisly enough, right? Like everyone feels like they have never really been in this type of situation before. And you could say the same thing about the old crew regarding the original films, but those people felt experienced. And I feel that maybe that is the result of these people not actually being that of, what can I say, space pirates. Maybe that is what's going on here. All of these people feel like they're a little bit too young, if you ask me. But I would say this, when it comes down to the acting, everyone does a decent job here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, they do not feel like they're old enough to be in this situation, you know what I mean? But they all do a decent to good job in the film, right? Now, as far as the action pieces of this film. They're done pretty good. There's something new here, right? You know, we have seen the trailers and we saw the blood of the xenomorphs, you know, floating without gravity. And you got to see that scene play out, and it looked fantastic. I am not going to lie to you. I said, look, that is something new. This is something that Alien Covenant did not bring to the table, right? That's how I feel. At least this film is attempting to do something new. However, there are some things in this movie that definitely feels very repetitive, right, from all of the Aliens films. And I know that's a given because this is an Aliens movie, but that's why I like Prometheus so damn much, man. And that is that of the Aliens. You know, the Aliens feels a little bit repetitive. You know, it's like you can't do much new here, right? At least for the first 3 acts. I would just say that right now. As far as the pacing in this film, it's fine. It's totally fine. I didn't feel bored at any point. In fact, I would say I was curious watching this film because I wanted to see how it was going to unfold. And, you know, it did a decent job. Like, I'm not going to say that it was fantastic. I'm not going to say that, man, this blew my mind. I'm not going to say that it was trash, but I am going to say that this film is a decent 6 out of 10. That's right. If I was to grade Alien Romulus, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Now, many people would not agree with me on that. They will probably say, dude, you're being too harsh on the film, or you're not being harsh enough. But they have to understand, when it comes down to film, we all have our different tastes, and always the experience will be different for all of us, right? Now, regarding that of Alien Romulus box office, right now, the film is looking at a $40 to $42 million opening weekend domestically, and like a $50 to $60 million overseas opening. And that is pretty good because the movie has like an $80 million budget. And regarding that of its Rotten Tomatoes score, the movie sits at an 81% after 254 reviews. Amongst top critics, it's at a 73%, and all critics 81%. Verified audience 86%. All audience 84%. So many people are enjoying this thing at this very moment. So it's something I would recommend, but I would not say that do not walk into the movie theater and expect this thing to just be fantastic, right? And blow you away. No, it's not the first 2 Aliens films or that of Prometheus, but it is something that stands on its own, at least when you talk about quality wise, right? It's not trash. It's not trash, but it's not great either. You know what I'm saying? It's not trash, but it's not great. And I would think that you may very well enjoy it. But if I had the need to be in a rush to watch this again, I probably wouldn't. But if it comes on HBO Max or that of Disney Plus, I'll put it on. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it.